All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Cha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Um, yeah, I saw this article here this morning, and as I was reading through it, okay, um, instantly I thought Chariots, okay, which when you read through it, you have certain people that try to say, no, it's not Chariots, or is this, or is that, but we know what they really are, okay, from their movement and everything, all right, and from personal testimonies as well, all right, because we see these chariots, fairly often, all right, and so we can differentiate between a balloon or a plane, or a jet, or whatever these other lights or objects that are in the sky. So it says alien overlords or CGI. Strange lights purportedly spotted above Miami spark Twitter theories. All right. Which, as we've been saying through the spirit, these chariots are going to show themselves more and more. All right. As a matter of fact, that's the precept I was looking for. Let's see, 40 days. All right. Okay. Second Maccabees 5. Let me just hold that. Okay. So, it says alien overlords or CGI. Strange lights purportedly spotted above Miami sparked Twitter theories. All right, which the word alien just means foreigner. Okay, and these people have been brainwashed to think that aliens are some little green men or little gray men with big black eyes and big heads, that built the pyramids and are coming to do all this crazy stuff. That's not what it is, man. All right, the only book that the chariots are written about, all right, what the world calls UFOs, are written about is in the Bible. The Bible doesn't say it's little green men, all right, it's angels that are in these vehicles. So it says a video claiming to show glowing spears um, hovering above Miami, Florida, has caused considerable head scratching on social media, with some arguing that the incredible footage is clearly phony. Footage shared on Twitter appears to show a large orb surrounded by five smaller balls floating in the night sky. The smaller spears then shoot off in different directions and disappear. This video is from, and that's, the charities, they commonly do that. All right. It says this video is from a friend in Miami. Can anyone explain? Read the accompanying text. The tweet posted by lawyer Rogan O'Hanley was followed by a second clip, allegedly from the same friend. In the second video, a narrator is heard saying "no BS" as he focuses the camera on surrounding buildings before zooming in on the bizarre configuration of lights. With more than 185,000 followers on Twitter, Hanley's videos quickly spread across social media, catching the attention of blue checkmarked pundits. All right, so Rogan O'Hanley says, what? This video is from a friend in Miami. Can anyone explain? All right, so let's play it real quick. All right, I'm gonna play it again. All right, and those are definitely chariots, because if anybody who's seen chariots move, you'll be able to identify, all right, that these are that's the same way they move. All right, if you see they don't move in a restricted pattern where they're forced to go completely straight. No, they move freely. All right, because they're not like vehicles that you see here, that the Earth uses. All right, and there's a second video here. I'm gonna play it. Okay. No, I was playing games. All right. So what I'll do is I'll put the link of the article in the description so you can go to it, watch the second video as well if you would like. It says, "I for one welcome our new alien overlords." Well, you should, because that's a spirit too that it says alien overlords. All right, because matter of fact, let's look up overlord. Let's put definition. Look at this. A ruler, especially a feudal lord, a person of great power or authority. And guess what? The ultimate, overlord, all right, who's going to come in those so called alien spaceships is going to be the Messiah, Yahushua. And he is an overlord, all right? He is a ruler, all right, and a person with great power and authority. And when he comes, he's going to take over. And as the scriptures say, he's going to be a king of kings and lord of lords. So yeah, you know what? That's right. You should welcome the new quote unquote alien overlords. All right, because whether you like it or yes, when Yahushua makes his final or his second appearance, all right, with the chariots, he's this place is getting taken over. The when you see, all right, I'm gonna put it in worldly terms for people to understand. When you see an alien invasion, it's gonna be just that, and it's gonna be a takeover. They're not gonna leave. It's not gonna be a war that you're gonna win, because pursuant to Revelation, the 12th chapter, around the 7th verse, the military will fight against them, but they will lose. All right. So once you see, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms. Once you see UFOs, all right, and you see that big giant fathership pull up, okay, and they start getting to work, just know that from that point on, your life is gonna change. All right. They're here to stay. Okay. Um. But anyway, it says joked popular political commenter Dave Rubin in a response to the clip, and it's not gonna be a joke very soon. It says invasion starting, hopefully, quipped actor and producer Joel Heyman. Although some seemed to take the footage at face value, others said the clips raised obvious red flags. Several commenters noted that it was extremely suspicious that no other footage exists of the spectacular incident, pointing to the likelihood that the videos were doctored. The Miami UFO is pretty cool, but there are half a million people in Miami, and 80% of them have a smartphone. So I'll wait to flip out until it turns out more than one guy filmed it. But here's the thing: chariots can make themselves reappear and disappear. Chariots can make themselves show up on one person's phone, but that the other phone won't pick it up. There's times when you're looking at a chariot, you're trying to record it, but it's not showing up on camera or it's not showing up on your phone. They have the technology to do so. All right. And also, the chariots have the technology to, or the ability to show themselves to some people while others don't see them. When you read in the book of, I believe it's Second Kings, all right, dealing with, matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. All right. See, when you think like this, you're trying to limit the power of the Lord and the angels with what you know or with your imagination. All right. But that's not how it works. Okay. You're dealing with entities that you've never, that you don't really know about. So this is all right, this is Second Kings 6:16. I'm gonna get to the point. He answered, this is Elisha, all right, to his servant. So Elisha answered, "Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them." Because when you read up, they were surrounded, all right, by the quote unquote enemy. So it says, and Elisha prayed and said, "Look now." So why did Elisha make this comment that they that be with us are more than they that be with them? All right, to the naked eye, you'd see just Elisha and his servant, and then the armies surrounded. So it says, and Elisha prayed and said, "Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, all right, that he may see." Now, the servant wasn't blind because he clearly saw the armies when they pulled up. So what did Elisha mean? Open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain where they were at was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when you look at the video, I'll play it again. Now it's playing games. All right, but when you look at the video, it looks like the chariots are like balls of fire. Okay, yeah, right there. Look. Okay. So it said what? Elisha had to pray for the Lord to open the servant's eyes so the servant could see, all right, the chariots and the horses and so on and so forth, which Elisha could already see them. All right. They were already there, they were already around them, but his servant couldn't. All right. So just, it doesn't they can, the Lord can open your eyes to see them. All right. while the person next to you doesn't. Okay, so let's go back to reading this article. Um, all right, it says internet sleuths who combed over the footage claimed that the lack of blurring as the camera panned to the bright globes proves that there's something fishy about the sensational clips. You got people always trying to debunk everything, but let's take a look at this. It says, I cannot believe people still fall for this sort of thing. In video number one, the motion tracking is quite bad, but that is hard to show in a picture. In video number two, however, there is a ton of light streaking when the camera is panned quickly on the real lights that is not the fake ones. So he's basically saying that if I get a closer picture, he's basically saying the sway. All right, let me pause this. He's basically saying that when this dude moves the camera, the lights, the artificial lights, the like city lights, the way they sway on camera, because the chariot lights aren't doing that, they are these are fake. But once again, you are expecting just because, man. First off, there's more than one type of light. All right, the lights in the chariots are much stronger. All right, than what we use here on Earth. Okay, so if you think that they're gonna be subjected to the same effects as the lights that you're used to, then clearly you don't understand. Okay, once again, people are they. You gotta understand that chariots are not your everyday, day to day things. Okay, these are celestial vehicles. All right, which the angels are in. Guess what? The chariots don't even have driving wheels. Okay, okay, they don't have steering wheels. They go based off of the spirit. Explain that. You see? So you're trying to compare something that's out of this world to things that are in this world. Obviously, there's going to be a difference. All right. It says alleged evidence of extraterrestrial activity periodically pops up on Twitter. Last month, numerous videos purportedly showing pulsating ball-shaped objects over the skies of Brazil sparked a flurry of speculation about the possible UFO sightings. All right, which what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read a couple of precepts, okay, and we'll get into this. So this is Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots, once again, chariots, all right, like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebukes with flames of fire. Now, when you read in the book of Acts, around the ninth chapter, after the Lord had risen from the dead and he went back up, all right, to the Father, he went up into a chariot, okay, which the angels, as you know, the disciples were looking up, the angels came down and told him, look, why are you standing up gazing up into heaven? The same way you seen him go is the same way he's gonna come back. So if he went up into a chariot, when he comes back, he's gonna come back in the chariot. All right. So it says, and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So what do you think the Lord is gonna do when he comes back? All right. If he's coming in a chariot, that means when that ultimate big giant chariot pulls up here, it's coming to render the anger and the fury of the Lord with rebuke and flames of fire. All right, that's what's gonna be happening, man. So you can speculate all you want whether they're real or not, but very soon everybody's gonna understand how real they are. All right, and if you're not of the elect, you're gonna feel how hostile they are because they're as long as well as the nuclear missiles are destroying this place, the chariots are also gonna be shooting laser beams, disintegrating people, destroying buildings, all of that. All right. Next precept. This is Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. It says, and the Lord went before them. Now, this was the children of Israel. Okay, after, during our exodus out of Egypt, we were guided, all right, to know where to go by this right here. It says, and the Lord went before them went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. All right. Now let me look up the word pillar. Okay, it says pillar, column of smoke. Okay. Now this was a chariot. Okay. This pillar of cloud by day and pillar of fire by night was a chariot. You know. Now at night the lights come on, so it looks, it looks bright. Okay. So the same chariots you're seeing up in these videos, that's what we're reading about here in Isaiah. That's what we're reading about here in Exodus. All right, when the children of Israel were crossing the Red Sea, all right, or the Gulf of Suez, and the Egyptians were fast on their trail, the chariot literally came in between the camp of the Israelites and the camp of the Egyptians. And when you read it, it tells you what it basically shut off its lights towards the Egyptians and kept the other side of his lights on towards the children of Israel because it was nighttime. All right, so that they could keep on going and make it out. All right, so the chariots can do a lot of things that people have not seen before. That doesn't mean that they're not real just because you've never seen them before. All right, but they're gonna show themselves more and more, and it's gonna be so blatantly obvious that you can't deny whether they're real or not. And when that happens, people are gonna seek answers. What are they? What do we do? What are they here for? It's scary. What's going on? And Esau's gonna come out with the deception like, oh, they're a threat, and we're here, and we have a space force, and we're gonna fight them and protect them, and all that BS. So this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and I'll start at verse 1. I'm only going to read the first two verses. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the faces of such as have afflicted him. All right. And made no accounts of his labors. And this is referring to us. Okay. Because as we were out there prophesying, as we were doing these videos, as we were dedicating our time, sacrificing our worldly lives for this truth, people, all right, we were afflicted. Okay. Hey, some were afflicted physically, okay, but mainly it was verbally, scoffing, insults, jokes, okay, and they made no accounts of our labors. They said we're wasting our time, you know, you wasting your Saturday, you just out there wearing a dress looking like a bum. You don't got nothing better to do with your life, you know. You gave up on everything for some book, you know. They made no accounts that, as the scriptures say, our labor of love is not in vain. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Why? Because somebody getting beamed up into a UFO is strange, okay? And people are not expecting that. Yes, they know about the concept of that being a thing, but they're not expecting people to actually start getting beamed up in when the destruction comes. When the nuclear missiles are flying and others are dying, the elect are gonna get beamed up into those chariots. People are not expecting that. So that's so far beyond what they look for. Okay, it's out of their minds. But guess what? They're gonna be shook up. But they're gonna wish that they were up in them chariots. Because they're going to look at the two. They're going to see the chariot. They're going to see the missiles. They're going to see the lasers coming from the chariots. And they're going to be like, man, with the way things are going, I'd rather go up in there. Because them missiles are going to be hot. They're going to be real hot. So in closing, I ended off with this. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 5, start at verse 1. It says, about the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, in cloth of gold, and armed with lances like a band of soldiers. All right, which they were angels. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was Antiochus the fourth Epiphanes. All right, but it says the troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that apparition might turn to good. Okay, so they were scared. All right, they were shook when they saw the angels up in there. Now, showing you that the Lord, all right, is a man of war, and the angels are also men of war. Why is it that when they were up in the air, all right, as it says here, for a space of almost 40 days, why is that what they would? These are all tactics of war, running one against another with shaking shields, multitude of pikes, drawing swords, casting darts. Those are all war games, basically. All right. Why weren't they playing basketball or doing something else? All right, because that's the scriptures tell you that the Most High is a man of war. Okay. So when these chariots, all right, which as they refer to them as alien overlords, ultimately pull up over here, they're gonna get to work. The scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom, but they're coming on our behalf. All right, the elect are who they're coming to deliver. So everybody else is gonna be scared, but the elect are gonna be, hey man, Lord, when we're of that number, we're gonna be praying and calling on the Lord to deliver us. And once we're in them chariots, we're gonna be rejoicing. Okay, we're gonna be rejoicing, man. Okay, but yeah, like I said, soon they're gonna get closer. You're gonna see bigger. You're gonna see different shapes. And and even looking at it with your own eyes, it'll feel surreal. All right, but hey, man, that's a part of the prophecy, man. Okay, so with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rucha, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.